Many countries are cleaning their own countries. Ghana is cleaning their country. The youth of Ghana are taking it to the street to say no to this, no to that. They are cleaning their own country, preserving it for generations to come. Dubai is cleaning its country, correcting errors that they had made by accepting certain things. But when South Africa wants to clean its own country, it's a problem. When South Africa is saying enough is enough regarding a banana having a country as a banana republic, it's a problem. Hi guys, no. We are just cleaning our country. We don't hate anyone. We are not against anyone. We are not against Africanism. We are not against the spirit of Ubuntu. We're just cleaning our country for the sake of generations to come. We are living in a lawless country, and that needs to stop.
Many South Africans argue that they never had a real opportunity to rebuild their country after apartheid. The end of apartheid in 1994 was supposed to be a turning point, a moment for South Africans to reclaim their economy, institutions, and dignity after decades of racial oppression and economic exclusion. But almost immediately, the country experienced a rapid and largely uncontrolled influx of undocumented immigrants, particularly from neighboring states facing war, poverty, and political instability. Public services that were meant to address the deep scars of apartheid, such as housing, healthcare, and education, were quickly overwhelmed. This happened before the country's systems could fully recover or serve the citizens they were originally meant to uplift. The result has been widespread unemployment, declining service delivery, and a feeling among many South Africans that their struggle for freedom has been hijacked by a new form of crisis they didn't ask for and were not prepared to manage. Importantly, South Africans insist this frustration should not be mistaken for xenophobia. The anger is not directed at foreign nationals because of who they are, but because of the growing sense that the state has abandoned its own people. Communities are watching their neighborhoods crumble, jobs disappear, and public services collapse, all while the government turns a blind eye. Many feel they are being forced to compete for survival in their own country, and they fear what will become of South Africa if action isn't taken urgently. This is not hatred, it's desperation. South Africans are scared that without enforcement of immigration laws and serious reforms, the nation will spiral deeper into poverty, instability, and social unrest. Their demand is simple, a chance to fix their country before it's too late.
Another room at a secondary location. We're going to go see if he's there.
After a short drive, police swoop on these rooms.
Where are you from? Hello. Yeah.
But one man refuses to cooperate.
You can come out to room, come out to room.
Come. I just wanted to take my phone, boss.
After a dramatic morning not short on frustration, Konchobe is finally in custody.
We're going to detain you, man. We're not arresting you. We're going to detain you.
Police search his room and find what they're looking for.
Okay, so these are passports which he bought.
Okay.
So he's going to take these and modify these, and then sell it on to his clients.
So how does he modify them? Allegedly, Konchobe buys these real passports for about 200 Rand each, and then alters them to reflect the photos and details of his clients.
So he pays 200 Rand for this,
okay,
and then he's selling it on, well, what we heard on the streets is about 4,000 Rand for a passport. 200 Rand for asylum, asylum papers.
Authorities also find allegedly fraudulent visas and asylum seeker permits. They seized this ledger and others showing how lucrative this illicit business is.
So look what we found. This is almost like a register of all the people that have gotten into the country legally. These guys are running a full-on operation here. I mean, the guy that they caught says he did about 30 of these just yesterday.
Illegal documentation has become a booming underground industry in South Africa, and it's largely controlled by undocumented foreign nationals who profit off a broken system. From fake asylum papers to fraudulent IDs and work permits, this black market not only undermines the rule of law, but also fuels corruption within state institutions. It's become a slap in the face to struggling South Africans, many of whom can't even access legitimate opportunities in their own country, while illegal operators exploit the system and earn more than the average citizen. This isn't just an immigration issue, it's a national security and economic threat. It devalues legal processes, breeds lawlessness, and creates an uneven playing field where those who follow the rules are left behind. Turning a blind eye to this is not compassion. It's dangerous neglect.
Hi guys. So this video is very important to me because I need for us as South Africans to really take this seriously. You know, this fight that we're currently in, Yama illegal immigrants, is not just a fight of getting illegal immigrants out of the country. It's way deeper than that. It's actually a fight for our dignity. And anyone who knows how deep this issue of my illegal immigrants, I'm not talking about the ignorant people who want to sound good for social media. I'm talking about people who know just how bad the issue is. They'll tell you that akekho umuntu ofanele angene kwakho, and when they get to your house bakudelele. You know, you welcome someone into your home, and then they start feeling like they are more powerful than you are. Then they start mistreating you and making you feel like you're the one that's supposed to leave your house. And I'm talking about this not only in hypothetical terms, but I'm talking about it in practical terms. Because we've seen how many buildings have been hijacked by illegal immigrants. We've seen how many houses have been taken over by illegal immigrants, and it continues. Now you know why it continues. It continues because they have become more and more comfortable, and when they become more and more comfortable, they become braver and braver and braver. Now here is where the issue of dignity comes the most. What are we going to tell our children when one day these very same people are able to tell us these things that they always say to us on social media, and sometimes they even say it to our faces, and they say it to us in real life, and they are dominating us in numbers? You as a South African are going to be told by someone from somewhere that you don't know, they don't have an identity, nobody knows who they are, but they're occupying jobs, they're occupying spaces, health facilities, schools, etc., etc. And they tell them that, listen, you're lazy, you are not a hard worker, our men are better than you, your women love us more than they love you, oh, this country belongs to us and we're going to take over it. And all of the things that they always say, all the provocative things that they always say, and they become braver and braver and braver to say them to us every single day, to our faces. Our children are there, and they're going to watch us fail to protect them and fail to protect ourselves from these people whose language we don't even know, whose names and identities we don't even know. They're going to overpopulate. They're going to take over. They're going to have villages. They're going to start fighting their fights with each other. And we're going to be a non-factor. And you know why we're going to be a non-factor? Because they would have taken all our power away from us. They're going to tell us that if we try to speak out, we're xenophobic. If we try to speak out, it's because we hate ourselves, because we're black. If we try to speak out, it's because we don't have a right to tell them what to do, because Africa is for African. Meanwhile, the countries that have serious leaders are taking their leadership back, and they're taking their countries back, and they're taking their pride back, and they're taking their dignity back. Because this is not just only about territory, it's not about country, it's about identity, it's about who we are as South Africans. We're slowly being diluted, slowly being replaced. And the problem with that is these people are becoming more and more and more arrogant. But you see, the thing for me that just worries me when I think about illegal immigrants, and when they come and they start sharing things on social media and they start calling us names and saying all these things, is I ask myself, for themselves, what is your plan? So you're an illegal immigrant, you come to the comment section and you start telling South Africans that they're lazy, God is going to punish them, you're not going anywhere, this is my country too, Africa for Africans. You start calling us names in this video. Trust me, you'll find the comments, they're going to come, because that's all that they do, that's all that they're good at, that's all that they know. If you ask them to go and do that in their own country, they're never going to be that brave. What does that tell you about South Africa? We've become a playground and we've lost our dignity. Bayakwazi as they wish in our country, but the things they do in this country, they won't do in their own country. What does that tell you? Does that speak of a country with pride and dignity and can stand in front of the world and be proud of protecting its people? So South Africans, I urge you once again, as I will keep on urging you, that don't sit on your phones now and think this is a fight that you're going to win behind your phone. It's a fight that requires each and every one of us to stand up and fight, because we're not only just fighting illegal immigrants, we're fighting a system of corruption that has been beneficial to some people, whether at Home Affairs or the police or politicians or whatever, who have been benefiting from these people, even employees who can rip them off and pay them peanuts, and then they get to save us so much money. So we're fighting a whole entire corrupt system that requires us to save ourselves, because clearly we've got nobody else that's coming to save us. And I promise you, if you sit on your cell phones the whole day and think you're going to win this, you're not going to win this. We saw Kenyans do it. We saw Ghanaians doing it right now. What are we waiting for? Even the president of Tanzania right now decided that she's going to put her people first. We clearly don't have leaders that want to put us first. So who are we expecting to do it for us? We've seen Operation Tutula. We've seen March and March. We see patriots on the ground, Patriotic Alliance and other political parties, the IFP, MMC working so hard. I see also even the AFF, MMC, people and individuals have taken the call and heeded the call to stand up and fight for this country. What are you doing about it to regain the dignity of this country? Ngoba ngesilokhu sidelela thina abantu la telling us ukuthi abayindawo in our country when they are not respecting the laws of this country. Yes, we are brothers and sisters because we are in the same continent, but it doesn't mean you must disrespect us because we respect your countries. Why can't you respect ours? Clearly, it's because we've lost our dignity, and we blame our leaders. We blame all the people who've corrupted this country.
South Africans are finding themselves in a dangerously unsustainable position, economically, socially, and politically. The country's unemployment rate sits among the highest in the world, with youth unemployment exceeding 45% and over 18 million citizens relying on social grants to survive. Public hospitals are collapsing, schools are overcrowded, crime is rampant, and infrastructure is deteriorating at alarming rates. In the middle of all this, there is a growing shadow economy driven by undocumented foreign nationals who not only bypass tax obligations, but often operate in informal sectors that outcompete local businesses due to cheap labor and fake documentation. If this continues unchecked, South Africa is on course for civil unrest on a national scale, rising xenophobic violence, and the eventual collapse of institutional trust. This isn't speculation. It's a trajectory already visible in the escalating tensions, community shutdowns, and frequent flare-ups of violence in townships and urban areas. For those who support illegal immigration in the name of Pan-African unity, you are building solidarity on a foundation of chaos. Even you will not be spared from the consequences. When the healthcare system crashes, when violence spreads to city centers, and when civil services fail entirely, everyone pays the price. Rich or poor, documented or undocumented. South Africa's forefathers fought and bled for liberation so their children wouldn't have to. Yet those very children now face a new war, not of guns and laws, but of survival, identity, and sovereignty. Pan-Africanism is a noble and necessary goal, but like any dream, it must be built on strong foundations. A house can't offer shelter if it's collapsing, and that's exactly what South Africa is becoming. Before a nation can help others, it must first help itself. The burden of the entire continent's struggle cannot fall on the shoulders of one nation. If every African runs to one house while leaving theirs in flames, there will be no future collaboration, only regional collapse. Strong partnerships come from strong nations, not failed states. If this trend of mass illegal immigration continues, it will result in violent turf wars over resources, deepening ethnic divisions, and eventually a breakdown of national borders altogether. South Africans and undocumented foreigners are already clashing, and if no decisive leadership emerges, this will escalate into widespread ethnic violence that could take generations to undo. The writing is on the wall. This is not just a South African crisis. It's a continental warning.
We are invaded by people that we don't know, we can't account for, we don't know why they're here, we don't know how they came here, and we don't even know their agenda. And if we allow government just to allow that huge number of people just to be where they are, it's a problem. You go to prisons, almost half of our prisons, I'm told, it's people that we don't even know where they come from, and they've committed serious crimes. So my attitude is to say, we understand those that have taken the actions that they've taken. I think they're frustrated, but we need a bigger agenda as government. And I really believe that the sooner we do this urgently, even if to review our legislation, our laws, and also to review our border management systems, and also to put the necessary resources and come with new creative ideas on how best to manage the people that are in our country that we don't know who they are, where they come from, and why they're here.